I really like the scream right at the end there. Ah! Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Hey, everybody. Glad you're here. I'm still in Oregon. I was supposed to be leaving tomorrow, but I'm going to be here another week. So, yeah, no set topic. We've got some news. Maybe we'll talk about, see what's going on in the trucking news, is rather not that we have some news, because that would set people off in a weird way. Anyhow, Jeff's here. Everybody's here. And you know what? We're gonna do what we normally do, and I will see you guys. We will see you guys here in like 2 minutes ish. Thanks.
Paying too much for trucking insurance? What if you could save more by making one simple phone call and keep more profit? You could very well do just that with one simple call to Seabright Agency, 800-366-6466. Call now.
Now here's a question that all owner-operators and small fleet owners should consider. What happens when you access the unrivaled advantages that are available through the ES Advantage program? We asked Jeff and Charley from Contractors Corner to share their thoughts on how they've been able to utilize the discounts and services that are a part of the ES Advantage.
Your business will make you money if you do well at that business. And ES Advantage in trucking, they do really well at providing those services. So the effect that ES has had on our personal trucking operations, not even talking about what we do on the consulting arena, I've been able to save thousands of dollars a year in fuel because of the relationship with them. I have a new accountant that I work with, trucker CFO, that I learned about from ES Advantage.
They're giving you that 10,000 yard kind of support from behind that creates a way for you to succeed, which is one of the things that we love, because anything you can do to help someone succeed is going to help them succeed. They make money by making sure you make money.
Now, if you're an owner-operator or small fleet owner and you would like to learn more about how you can drive savings to the bottom line of your business, the ES Advantage program has the discounts and services that deliver the kind of unrivaled advantages that are designed to help you improve your overall operation. Get connected with the ES Advantage today.
Slow your roll there, old man.
Man, I'm gonna throw out a hip.
You're going to throw out your arm. You're going to end up with an artificial limb.
Dude, that could be cool. Maybe I could get a grabby grab.
Yeah, there you go.
That'd be awesome. What's up, Jeff?
It's a day.
Right? Yeah, we talked earlier. It's definitely been a day.
So what do you got, Charlie? Did you read those articles I sent you?
No. I was taking a nap apparently. Ida actually that wasn't me. That was Jeff. He said be nice to me because he likes me some days. Or at least enough to get through the show.
There you go. Okay, I'll take that.
Right? He's like, hey, let's just get through the show. Then yeah.
I just need to get through these 2 hours, go to bed because I gotta pick up in the morning.
Right?
And go to Atlanta, Georgia.
Hotlanta.
Yep.
I don't know why they say
I just put on my long pants.
Okay.
I just put on my long pants because up in Ohio it's starting to cool off.
Right.
By the time I get down to Georgia, I'm probably gonna need my shorts again. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I'm gonna upset everybody because Trucker Tim thought he was first, I think, but actually it was Undertaker. I'm not gonna put Undertaker's comment up there, but he did say first.
Truckers.
There you go. We'll go with that word. That's very close to what it sounded like. And then it was Tim, and then it was Donna. Can we actually count Donna? Because she's like one of us. Isn't that weird?
It is kind of weird.
I don't know. I think
we pay her so little. We pay her absolutely nothing for what she does for us.
Right. So she should be excluded from the race. But you know what? We'll labor in there. So she was third, and then Ida thought she was coming in third, but actually, you are the third. Well, you know what? You're the third loser, Ida.
Okay. That was not creepy at
You
all.
like that? Did you like that? I've been working on that look right there, man. It's pretty hot.
Good. Good.
I haven't seen Craig in the chat anywhere. Timothy Ransom, good to see you. He's been quite chatty today. Michael Fowler's there. Let's see who else. Chris Hamilton almost forgot it. He forgot it was Tuesday. I'm with you. All these days have just like that. I was kind of thinking this morning, like, which one is it? Let's see. And Mike Anderson, good to see you, man. Look, that is a true statement, Chris. He is surprised that Target is still in business without me being over there.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, they are probably really hurting and stuff. And
Well, without you there, their HR department has nothing to do, Charlie.
see, so at least one person has lost their job. Well, that was a team of like 7, but just for my complaints. I thought the same thing. He said long pants. I know who says that. This guy right there. You know what? Who says that? Bam, that dude.
The guy with a command of the English language, that guy. Okay, Wayne.
Right? I was thinking. Oh my God. Bring Rosie home. Hang on. I'm gonna do a thing. Watch this.
Oh,
We'll see if
Charlie,
she hears it.
that was bizarre.
Did it work? Did I mute myself?
You did.
Okay, it just looked like it was like
My
broken out.
my ears are not bleeding.
That's good because I was hollering. So I was calling my wife.
No, she didn't hear you.
Oh, but you did.
Yes,
That is not right.
I was pushing.
Oh, my mom heard me, but apparently Rosie did not hear me. So there you go. Well, there you have it.
You know, Donna's hearing loss, and this is scientific, is the frequency of my voice.
So wait, Rosie had that Meniere's thing, and again with her, it is mine and my son's tone range.
Yep.
So we found a way around that. You know what we do? We talk like this. Hi, babe. What are you doing? Hey, my love. Oh, now you can hear me. Oh, Ida was yelling about you.
Bring Rosie home.
Yeah, I'm not.
Nobody cares about Charlie.
And nobody cares about me, but they care about you. Apparently, some people don't believe you're still alive, and that I'm hiding you in Oregon from Ida. In fact, or somebody actually said specifically that I am keeping you. Oh, there.
Oh,
Well, just so Rosie knows, Oregon is one of the best places to bury a body because of all of the evergreen trees.
Right.
We just buried Charlie right under an evergreen tree, and he'll be gone.
What? Wait. Why are we talking
Before
about burying
anybody
me?
knows. Before
Wait,
anybody
wait.
knows that there's anything up.
Bro, I thought you and I were like.
That was 5 minutes ago.
That's true. Look, Timothy Ransom said Charlie's hiding Rosie in Oregon from Ida.
whoa, Timothy. Come
Yeah,
on.
that's
I
great.
I thought you were my peeps. ROSEY.
Oh crap! Look,
I just can't. I just can't.
Narc just popped up.
Hi, Nark.
Read it.
I'll get him later. Out of
Oh,
can't,
thank God.
Can't have any evidence.
Proof. She is
Yeah,
smart about
yeah,
that. She's like
yeah.
evidence.
You know, a lot of people don't know this, but the reason why Charlie grew his goatee out so much is to hide the bruises under his chin.
Yeah, she would throw
From getting
punch me
throat
and
punched.
punch me in the jaw and stuff.
True story.
Oh my gosh. Wait. Narc just he's trying to get killed now. Look, he misspelled your name.
Miss Risey.
Miss Risey. That is hilarious. I'm not going to let you let that one down. I'm going to remind her of that every other day, Nark, just because to keep it fresh in her mind.
When's this show? When's this show?
Are you doing lives right now, Nark? He had to change channels again, so this is probably the new channel. Because he does that from time to time. He gets a little riled up and gets in the YouTube worlds and.
He goes to YouTube jail.
Oh yeah, so he's gonna be live later. We'll have to get in there and just give him a hard time after the show because that's when he'll be there. Oh, he said Coach is back. Oh,
really?
Great. Yeah, wonderful.
That's just great.
So good for the industry. I love it when that guy does great things. See, I was positive there, right? I was good, huh? TK, what's up, man? Glad to see you. Oh God. Rosie needs to hold up today's paper to prove this is not AI. I think you might be on to me, bro. You made Jeff choke. Oh no. Coach literally put out his first video today. Exciting! That look what I did there. That was very loud. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Anyhow, I love you. Get out of here. I got things to do. You may kiss the shiny parts.
Okay.
That sounded dirty.
Okay.
Oh God. Anyhow, glad to see y'all. That's the kind of day we're having. Oh wait. Mike said back in the day he drove triples through Oregon with a guy that talked about all the places he knew he could hide bodies. He also went to jail for murder. Interesting.
Yep.
Hi, Pete. Thank you for the warning.
So I want you to comment on this.
Okay, let's do it.
It's your state.
Oh no.
How will ICE agents at the weigh stations affect freight rates? Is it because there are drivers that will be scared to go to Florida, and a higher rate will incentivize them to go? So because you're not paying attention to the news, your governor has decided to put ICE agents at all the weigh stations.
Oh, I know. I saw that. They actually started training the troopers on ICE procedures yesterday or today. Yeah, I didn't know how to think about that yet. But you know what? It's gonna annoy me because it's gonna turn into one of the border checkpoint type things to me. That type of deal, and that's gonna be an annoyance. I get why they might do that. DeSantis. Look, I actually like my governor, DeSantis, but he is also very flashy in the moves that he makes at times. They're great headline grabbers.
Mm-hmm.
And very Trump-esque. We'll go with that word for now. So I get the political move sometimes. I don't know what good it's going to do though.
Well, if they're actually going to enforce the law,
that would be kind of fantastic.
That would be fantastic.
But then you start running into that. Well, now you're profiling because he's brown, right? You know what I mean? That seems a little sketchy in a way. I mean, what is it that's going to trigger them to actually stop and talk to you, or are they going to make everybody speak to them? You know what I mean? Because that could get weird.
It could.
I mean, I don't want to feel like the Gestapo's after me, right? I mean, I understand the need to have some sort of clarity and accountability. I think those are good ways to put it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that's the way to do it.
I think that the best thing that they could do is just say, hey, if you can't take this CDL test in English and pass it, you don't get a CDL.
Well, there are some places that do that, and people who don't speak English are still able to do it because, the stories I've been told were, well, he's got a little earbud in his ear and someone's telling him what it says on the screen and giving him the answer, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
People are shady and crafty.
there's technological things they can do. I mean, the area in Utah where you take the test is a closed off area.
Right.
So put sensors up. No
Yeah,
electronics back. No electronics back there.
they could jam the cell signal. Those things are fantastic, to be honest.
Yeah, there's all sorts of things they could do. I mean, of course,
So,
this is all stemming from that guy that killed 3 people in your state.
right. That was, yeah. And you and I have talked about that dude, and I think one of our biggest hangups with Jeff and I, well, I'll speak for myself, and I think Jeff will agree, is when you watch that video, and both of us have watched it repeatedly, and it's not the watching it because of the morbid thoughts or anything like that. It's we're actually staring at the driver's face because we're baffled by his face, in that there is no response to what he just saw.
Right, his
Or did.
co-driver is going. His co-driver is going nuts.
Right. Yeah, his co-driver's like, and he's just like, you're like,
Yeah, nothing.
And the video of him outside the truck was much of the same, just standing there kind of with his hands behind his back or whatever, and just no remorse, no outward visible nothing. I was telling Jeff that, something like that, I'd have jumped out of the damn truck. You'd have seen me out there trying to pull pieces of car out, because what else are you going to do at that point, man? And hope that you can help something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Tim, we're talking about the video of the truck driver in Florida on the turnpike who decided to use the
EMS turnabout.
Yeah, like the emergency turnaround in the thing. You know what? That I can actually play that. Hang on, I'll find a quick one. Share some thoughts on it, Jeff.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those things where I'm looking at the whole story, right? And I'm thinking, it's too bad that it took something like this to happen before people started catching a clue. Trump today, is either today or yesterday, I just read the article today. He put the kibosh on every single visa for a CDL for someone that wants to come to this country and drive truck. No more. The only exception is the B1 visas, but that's something totally different anyway.
Right.
But no more visas, no more visas for truck drivers right now. He just shut it down. Bam, you guys are done. And what's interesting is the backlash on this. Well, first of all, there really isn't any backlash on it, Charlie, that I've read. Even the people that are the haters or whatever normally, they're pretty quiet on this one. And I think it's this incident where 3 people got killed. They've got nothing to say at this point. So good. Don't say anything. Let's get these guys that shouldn't be driving trucks off the road. That's my opinion.
Yeah, no doubt.
And as far as the profiling thing, it's all visas for truck drivers, Charlie. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not Mexicans. It's not Indians.
Right.
It's not Czech. It's not Russian. It's if you're coming to this country to drive truck, guess what? You're out of luck. You're not doing it right now.
Right. Yeah, and look, oh man, I don't know.
Now, OIDA and ATA in another weird thing agree on this, which is interesting because they rarely agree on anything.
Right.
They were asked, both of them were asked how this will affect, the freight rates and all that stuff. And they think it's going to be good for us because right now we still have too many trucks on the road. So if you start weeding out these people that don't qualify under the regulations to drive truck, if you start weeding them out, well, that's good for the American truck driver.
Right.
That's good for the people that are qualified to drive truck.
Yeah.
because we get rid of those thousands and thousands of drivers that shouldn't be driving, and we get more work. That's their take on it.
All right, here I'll play it. Tim,
Okay.
paying attention. So here he is making the U-turn on the turnpike. That van you see go by just goes in. I mean, that I just don't even think they expected it. You know what I mean? Look how close that is. He came
Yep.
over from the far right side, cranked the wheel, got in front of him, and man, just and just his look. I mean, yeah. So I'm not playing the audio on this thing. I don't know whose channel this was. Credit to whoever it is. Maybe I'll put it up. But that picture right there bothers me because it's just like, why are you taking video, bro? You can see how bad this wreck was. It's just, it's a horrible thing.
Yep.
They're getting into the politics of it there, but if you look at this spot right here, his partner's like, "What the heck? What did you just do, bro?" And he's just like, "Oh, I don't know. Something bad happened, bro." Just very not even. I mean, he watched it. He watched that van go into it.
Yep.
I don't know, man.
What's the speed limit on that? What's the speed limit on that stretch of road? Do you know, Charlie?
I don't know specifically, but probably as high as 70.
Okay.
I don't know of any of them being over 70.
So if that were to happen right in front of you, by the time you recognize what's happening, you don't have a chance to stop.
No, there was no hope for them. I don't know the age of the people who were in the van, but I don't know, man. There was nowhere for them to go.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, at that speed, even if they would have turned the wheel hard right or left, they would have just gone over.
Yeah, and you know, he's blocking all the way into the median, and there's a cable barrier there.
And that's a turnpike, they said. So
right.
That's a toll road.
Yeah, it's 2 lanes. And I mean, judging by this, I'm going to throw this back up. But if you look right here, that's his trailer. I don't know. Oh, people can't see my cursor. Dang it. But if you look, you know, over the edge there, his trailer looks like it's hanging over the other grass line across the road, across both lanes, right? And then where's that van going? He's got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
And this guy's looking right at him. Can't tell me that he's not looking at him.
Yep.
He sees that, and he's just, and yeah, gone, disappears. 3 people. Oh man, I don't know. That's terrible. I can't imagine it. You know, and yeah, the reaction time there. I mean, you saw what they did. I don't know if there was blinkers on. I didn't notice anything. You know, if there's a light flashing, anything, who knows?
Yeah, and you know, the reason I wanted to bring this up, Charlie, is because it's been dominating my newsfeed the last couple of days.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the leniency thing has got me baffled.
Yeah, there's a petition out there with a couple million signatures on it calling for leniency for this guy. And I'm like, no, he needs to be prosecuted. They actually charged him with vehicular homicide. Not even manslaughter, homicide is what they charged him with. Reports I read, right after that accident, he flew back to freaking California, man.
Yeah,
he had to extradite him from California.
He beat feet, man. He was like, I'm out.
I mean, how do you not get arrested on site?
And apparently had a plane ticket out of the country already set up.
Yep. So that makes him a flight risk, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with it.
No bail for him, if I'm the judge.
I don't know, man. This is crazy stuff, dude. And you know, typically we don't get political, but there just seems to be no getting away from this kind of thing right now. I mean, it's the illegal immigration stuff. It's this story was, man, just God, this guy has no hope, if you ask me.
No.
And I don't think he should. I mean, this was clearly one of those situations where he just said to hell with it. I'm going to do what I want to do and don't matter. And he probably couldn't read the sign because they said that he's already failed the English language test.
Yep.
And he could only identify one of 4 signs when tested. I don't know how he got past that. How do you get 25% on a sign test and that's passing? That can't be okay. Yeah, I mean, that was nuts, man, you know?
Yeah, I
But
want to clear something up too. There's been a couple of stories out there. You remember that guy that collapsed that bridge somewhere
right,
a couple years ago? He was also an Indian dude, probably
right.
same persuasions, however you want to put it.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's been a couple articles out there saying that it's the same guy. Look, it's the same guy. Not a single one of those articles cited a source.
Right.
So I want to caution people when you look into this stuff. There's all sorts of fear mongering that happens.
Right.
How come this guy still has a CDL if he's the guy that collapsed that bridge? Well, that guy probably doesn't have a CDL anymore. Probably not the same guy.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
and
I
again
hope.
with the profiling, you know, just because he's got a turban on doesn't mean it's the same guy. Okay.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, no, like legit, you know. I'm gonna throw the comments so they pop up on the screen there. How's that?
I mean, you know, I get it. All Florida men look the same.
Right, because we're all boop, boop. You know, but I'm not a real Florida man. I'm a transplant, so there you go. I don't know. The real
I
ones
still
are the
tell
crazy
people,
ones.
I still tell people I'm a refugee from Oregon.
Right?
Yep.
Oh man, don't even get, dude, I had to go file. So have you ever had to like take a legal document down to the recorder's office, dude? And like your DD 214 is something you should file with the county to keep a permanent record of it out there so that you know you can always get to it. And the last time I did that, it literally cost me like $10, I think. And then like $5 for certified copies of the whole document, right? I had to go into town here to do a legal document that was 5 pages long. To record it, the county charged me $87 and several dollars per page. So it cost me $107 to record this thing.
Really?
Yeah. And then I said, well, all right, you know, might as well get me a couple of certified copies of it, right? Because it comes with a seal on it, right? And she's like, sure, no problem. They're just $7.50 plus 25 cents a page.
Who comes up with this stuff?
Dude, I don't understand the $87 at all.
Ludicrous.
Yeah, it's ludicrous. They literally make they make a copy of it.
You know, Charlie, since we're getting all political on this show,
Oh, here we go.
do you know what the Stamp Act actually was?
No.
The Stamp Act that started the revolution for
No,
this country
I don't remember.
is exactly what you're talking about.
Right.
In order to file a document on a piece of paper, you had to get a stamp from the government, which you had to
Gotcha.
pay for. That was the Stamp Act.
Insanity.
And they're doing it again.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing that we had a revolution for in this country. Like, exactly the reason. The straw that broke the camel's back.
Right.
Exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. Hey, Dan, good to see you, buddy. Glad you're here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Look at that. He's a member. He's been a member for a month. He gets a little free chat thing that makes him highlight like that every now and again. You get one of
Nice.
those like every month. It's just that they're fun little things. I like popping up on one. I got one where I've been a member for 86 months or something. I don't know. I can't remember. Oh, Rosie brought me Red Bull Zero with the monk fruit. Watch out. I'm gonna switch cans. I'm gonna go into that one. I've come to really enjoy this one. The Undertaker, good day, good day. But yeah, uh, I don't know, man. It it's things are getting out of hand. Some of these things, and you know, I don't care who you voted for. I don't care who you voted for. So that's not where I'm going with this. Um, I'm pretty comfortable with who I voted for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm sure you can understand it. I did not vote for Kamala. How's that? We'll move on from that. But Jeff and I were talking about. There are some things that our current president has done that we don't necessarily agree with or think are good things.
Mm-mm.
I think that there's things that are good, and I think there are things that make me scratch my head a little bit. You
There's a
know,
bit. There's a few things that he's done lately that I'm surprised that his lawyers have let him do it.
hmm I think it. Yeah, it was you. We were talking about an executive order you believed he signed
Mm-hmm.
about burning the flag or something like that, and it now is punishable by a year in prison.
Yeah, I can't do
Or,
that.
yeah, I.
The Supreme Court already ruled on that like 20 years ago.
Yeah, I'm really
That's
not
all.
okay with a decision like that because I believe that that does infringe on our First Amendment, right? And I don't have to like what you say or do, but I will defend your right to say such garbage. I mean,
Hey,
things,
you know what?
opinions.
The you know the only thing that trumps uh, the First Amendment is when you lay hands on me.
Right?
You lay hands on someone and you just lost your First Amendment right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's the only case.
Right.
You can yell, you can scream, you can burn my flag, and there's
Don't
not
yell fire in a
anything.
crowded theater.
Actually, that's not true. Believe it or not, you should look that one up. It's a fascinating debate.
That could be fun.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, as long as you don't lay hands on anybody, that's the whole point. Some people on the right usually will say things like this. Monster Viking berry is amazing. I'll have
Right?
to try that. Um,
Hey now. Appreciate it,
Hey,
man.
thanks, man.
Um,
Um, I was saying something. I can't remember what it was now. Damn it, Jim.
I know the flashy thing. Sorry. I apologize.
People are popping up green all over the place.
I know, right? Green is good. Green is fun. Um, that's why Oregon blows. That's hilarious.
That's one of the reasons. So downtown Portland, Oregon used to be one of the best, most amazing places to visit.
Right.
So this week, I don't know how familiar you are with the city, but they shut down the Skidmore Fountain Max stop permanently
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
because
That's
of all the
crazy.
drug use down there. And it's like they're catering to this element instead of enforcing the law and cleaning up the city. I mean, it used to be just a great place to hang out. You had the Saturday market down there with all the hippies selling their fruits
Right.
and stuff. Elephant ears, man. I'm a sucker for elephant ears. Go down there and get my elephant ears every Saturday. Used to have great live music at all the bars downtown.
Right.
All those bars are closed now. There's no place to go do that anymore. It's just really a cesspool of a city at this point.
So Mike Fowler said
Um,
he added a clause about if it incited violence. But here's the thing is it should not incite violence. If there's somehow violence occurring because somebody burned a flag, the person
the
committing the
person
violence
committing
should
the
be
violence
wrong.
is, yeah, yep.
I mean, yeah, you can say, you're a bad person. Wow, I just remembered Pete's watching. You can say you're a bad person for burning my flag,
Hmm.
but you can't punch him in the jaw. You can't kick him in the junk. You
Right.
know, you can't even physically stop them from performing the act. I mean, even though
Now,
it would be hard not to try.
now there is a famous case. I think it was from the 1970s. I can't remember, but we studied it in school back when they used to actually teach this thing called civics
Right?
in high school,
Yeah.
where a neo-Nazi man. I don't know if you remember this, if you learned about it, but this neo-Nazi went into a Jewish neighborhood,
Oh,
got on his soapbox, and started spouting Nazi propaganda, and he got his butt kicked.
right.
And the Supreme Court ruled that he incited the riot, so he got prosecuted.
Oh,
So
okay.
that is a thing, inciting
Yeah.
a riot.
Yeah. Well,
It's like that dude in what was it? Oh, over by St. Louis when they had those riots there, and he said, "Let's burn this effer down."
right.
That would be inciting a riot. He should have
Right.
been arrested for that, because what happened after that? They burned that effer down.
Right.
You know.
So
So
but yeah, so there is part of the First Amendment that is, well, there is speech that is not protected by the Amendment, and saying things like they refer to it as fighting words, right?
mhm,
Something that is actually trying to entice a physical reaction from someone else, right?
mhm,
And if that is the case and you're deemed to be that, I mean, you can say, "Hey, you're a jerk face in all of its different ways," right?
mhm,
But if you and that's okay. I mean, that you're expressing your opinion about that individual party, whatever, right? But if you say, "I'm gonna kick your ever loving tookus," right? Because you're a
mhm.
jerk face, that is not protected speech. That is communicating a threat, and that is fighting words. Um, some I've seen. I watch a lot of First Amendment audits and things like that, and I enjoy them, most of them. And some people go too far and think, "Oh, I can say whatever I want." Well, you can't tell me that you're about to cause me harm, and think that I may not lash out first.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Oh, look at Ida just slapping out the 5 Contractor Corner memberships. Good for you. I don't know who got them because I don't have that screen up, but thank you, Ida. I appreciate you. I love you, Ida. I love you, Ida. Isn't it creepy? Whatever. That was creepy right there. But yeah, so the fighting words thing, is a thing. Uh Fran Mariah, just don't burn our flags. Go home and burn your own flags. That's just disrespectful. Thank God Trump won't tolerate that foolishness. But again, Fran Mariah, here's the
But
thing.
mhm.
It's a slippery slope, you
Yes, it
know.
is.
Yeah, there's a reason some of us are not lawmakers, like, right? But um I am a veteran, right? I am absolutely a veteran. I signed on that dotted line, and I believe that to this day my oath stands, because I never saw an expiration date to my oath. The
Mhm,
expiration date on my oath is my death when I leave this world, right? Um, and I believe in protecting our Constitution. I took that vow very seriously. And I don't have to be comfortable with someone. I don't have to like it. In fact, it can piss me off that someone is burning my flag. But I believe that they should have the right to express their distaste, unhappiness, anger, what have you, by doing that thing. And I know it sucks. I don't like it,
mhm.
but I do respect their right to do that. I think it's wrong, and I think it's silly to walk around with your home country's flag when you've immigrated here and disrespect the flag of the country whose borders
Hosted
you
you.
now reside in, right?
Yeah.
I think that sucks. But at the same time, I respect people's right to do so. I don't have to like the message. And I think that's the hard part for a lot of people. Um, if you take away, what's good for thee, but not for me type thing, right? That gets weird.
Yeah.
Well, but Fran Mariah said, and look, I like this engagement, by the way. I'm telling you right now, we can go on this for a while. Um, uh, Fran Mariah said, you can express only if we can go to their country and do the same. Here's the thing, though. Why'd they leave those countries? I get it. A lot of those places you can't do that because they don't have that
You
freedom,
get arrested.
right?
Yep.
And I'm glad that we're not arresting people yet for expressing their opinion. You know, I think it's a slippery slope, and then we become one of those other countries where, now I can't say that I don't like the Democratic Party or I don't like the Republican Party or what have you. I think that's not the place I want to be. I want to be able to express my political beliefs, uh, redress my government when I
Hmm.
have issues without the fear of being incarcerated or uh, disappeared, right?
Yep.
And I believe that more than not, veterans, current military members, past members, the whole will step up and defend something like that happening.
Hmm.
Um, no, Friend Mariah, I get it. I do. Friend Mariah says, why stay here if you don't like it here? I don't get it. And see, I'm with you because, a lot of these people leave the places that they're leaving because they're oppressive and all of that kind of thing. And they come here and want to make here like there, which makes no sense to me. I mean, we saw it with Californians moving to Oregon,
Hmm.
right? They left California because of the high taxes, the crazy oversight, the overreach on regulation, and they came here and voted all that crap in,
Yep.
which is why I left Oregon, which is why Jeff left Oregon. Um, Chris said I should run for office and hire you to keep me in line. No, no. I don't want people digging through my life like that. It's crazy. There's too much crap. They'd be like, "There's no way." There's no way, man. But you know what? I will absolutely share my opinion and vote. I believe that's where it matters.
Yep.
And I do believe that. I know it seems like, oh, my one vote doesn't count, but everybody's one vote eventually tallies up to the numbers that get the end. Um,
Hmm.
and I saw an interesting video here recently. It was like a reel or something like that. And uh who was it? Was it Al Sharpton? Was arguing with somebody. I don't know. It was a African American person who was upset with somebody, and the other person on the reel was saying, "Well, it's not a democracy. We're a republic, right?"
Right.
And the dissenting opinion was, "Oh, now it's not a democracy. It's not no. Well, no, it's not. Oh, I can't wait to put that out there. I can't wait for your people to." And I'm thinking, I really want to say it was Al Sharpton, and that baffled me
Hmm.
because he's not an uneducated man, and I could be wrong, and maybe I'll get sued by Al Sharpton now because I said his name. I don't know, but
Hey,
whatever. I mean,
maybe we'll finally go viral.
oh, that'd be hot, you know. But yeah, I mean, it was amazing to me that people don't even know what our governmental structure is,
Yeah.
Um,
Well, the difference between a republic, a representative republic like we have, and a pure democracy is this.
right.
Charlie, if I want your bicycle and I can get 51 people to vote that I get Charlie's bicycle, I get
Right.
to take your bicycle.
Right.
Our
Pure
system
democracy.
of government saves Charley from me.
Yep.
It protects the minority from the majority. That's what it does. At
David
least
Dunn.
it's supposed to.
That is a good way to put it. Etiquette versus legal. Bad form doesn't mean illegal.
Right.
Yeah, that's I can't argue that. I think that that's a good way to put it, honestly.
Mhm.
And yeah, I am. By the way, Chris, I am thrilled that Fort Bragg signs are back up. Fort Benning is also in the transition back to it again, and a couple of the other ones make me happy because, like I said, I've said it before. Ask my daughter where she's born. It wasn't Fort Liberty. She was born at Fort Bragg, baby. Just saying, representing. And she will stand up and be like adamant about it. Hey, today's my son's 34th birthday, and it's really funny because he tells people he's 29 for some weird reason, and I just wanted to call him out on it. Happy birthday, son! I love you, Rich. I haven't actually talked to him today because I've been busy. I got to call him after the show.
I've been 39 for 13 years.
Oh, you too? Jeez, man. I'll be 54 September 19th, in case anyone cares. Just saying, 54. I had actually forgot how old I was. I had to do math the other day to figure out how old I was. Whatever. I kept thinking I was 53, turning 53, because I got hung up on 52 apparently.
So I'll take this one from Mike Henderson. What's your opinion on troops in the U.S. cities? Growing up with a survivalist father who talked about his fear of this, now it's happening. It's happened before during the Vietnam War. Didn't work out too good then. Might not work out too good now. But let's get our facts and our terms straight.
Right.
These are National Guard troops. Now, Charlie, I was in the National Guard. I wasn't regular Army.
Right.
And part of our charter was to deal with civil unrest.
Right.
Within the borders of the United States. That was part of what we were charged with. So I don't see a problem with it on its face. I think we're gonna. I'm in a Charlie. You and I were talking about this. I'm in a wait and see attitude right now. Let's wait and see. I've been reading stuff on both sides of that issue, and the whole statistics never lie, but liars use statistics.
Right.
That is absolutely going on both sides of this thing right now.
Yes. Deeply.
And it bothers the bat snot out of me because it's really hard to tell what's really going on. Mainly what we're talking about right now is Washington, D.C. And, of course, you read the Washington Post and they're like, they're federalizing the U.S. Capitol.
Right.
Let me say that again. They're federalizing the United States Capitol.
Right.
A city that is federal in nature.
Right.
That city is not part of any state at all. It is 100 square 100 square acres or something like that?
Yeah,
or 10 square miles. It's 10 square miles of land that was donated by, I'm going to get this wrong, so I'm just not going to say it. It was donated by the surrounding states.
Right. Maryland, Virginia, and whoever else.
Right. And it is federal. It's federal land. That's what it is. It was set up the way it was because our founders did not want a state to be in charge of the federal government. It's part of that separation of powers thing.
Right.
And it was set up that way on purpose. So Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia, and it bothers me when the newspapers say Washington because people get it mixed up and think that we got troops in the state of Washington.
Right.
But
right.
Anyway.
I know.
You see how easy it is to manipulate what people think just by leaving something out or putting something in. That's what's so. I watched the most recent episodes of South Park. I'm a South Park fan.
Right.
And I cannot in good conscience recommend anybody watch it. the disclaimer at the beginning of South Park, there's this long disclaimer, and
Yeah.
at the end of it, it says should not be watched by anyone.
Right.
And really, from a moral standpoint, they're right. It's a terrible show. It's a terrible show, guys. But I was telling Charlie, because he hasn't watched it yet, I can't tell who they're making fun of.
Right.
They're absolutely making fun of Trump,
Right.
but I think they're also making fun of all the people that have Trump derangement syndrome.
Right. I think they're slamming both sides, and if they're
I
not,
think
they
they're
are.
I think they're slamming everybody.
Yeah.
And so I think Charlie put it the best. Everybody needs to be offended by South Park's new season. Everybody.
Right. And enjoy the entertainment of it at the same time. Just saying.
But that's where we're at. That's where
Right.
we're at. You know? Oh, Donna's doing a commercial.
Yeah, I saw that.
Those of you that got the free membership, make sure you check out the members only kicks. The
Videos.
animated videos. The animated
said
ones are
kids
hilarious.
instead of
Just yeah. Videos. Donna does these stop motion videos where she makes fun of Charlie,
They're fun. I enjoy them.
and they're a lot of fun.
Oh, I
And
have seen some of our flip flops out in the wild now.
Have you?
I know D-Lo sent me a picture of her flip flops. I think mine are probably at the house by now.
Nice.
And I think Ida ordered hers before me, and she may have hers now. I believe she has hers. So I know a couple people got them flip flops, and it was funny. So, okay. Side story. Ready? Squirrel.
Mhm.
While I was filing that legal document yesterday down at the county building, this lady that was helping me had a crazy scar. Look, and it went from like the top of her shoulder all the way down her arm to like here.
Mhm.
And because I'm me, I said straight up, wow, that's a crazy scar. What's that one from? Because I can't regulate. Right. And she's like, well, okay. She's like, I'm like, I'm sorry, my bad. She's like, no. She said, I'd like to say it was from like, some really cool accident. Wait for it. She was walking in flip flops and fell because of the flip flops and broke that arm in a bad way.
Really?
Yes. All because of a pair of flip flops. So I told her about the flip flops we have, and she said, those are fantastic. You know what I mean? I'm like, gosh, I'm like, not to be worn outside the shower. And she's like, that's right. She can be my flip flop partner in slamming it. I'm just saying, it was great. And she was just baffled by the fact that we had that product. I'm just saying.
So you're gonna talk to Lonnie about getting some flip flops and putting them up on the wall at the Tractile Terminal, right?
I think there should be. Just saying.
It'd be good stuff, man.
There you go. Look at that. Full send with his 1 month membership message. Hey, buddy. Yeah. So where were we before I got squirreled? I apologize. Free speech, all that kind of stuff, and we're a republic and that sort of thing. Yeah, I don't know. I feel very passionate about allowing the free speech, right? Again, fighting words is different. Yeah, I don't know, I think you can express your disgust, distaste, whatever you want to do without having to try and start a fight about it. A physical altercation or a civil war, some may say. And I don't like the thought of that. I don't want to see our country split in half like it was back in the day. Maybe it needs it. I don't know. I would hope that something like that didn't happen. And I think that, yeah. Hey, Matt, you be careful, man. Uh, Sorry, man. Sorry the day sucked. Uh, but Fran Mariah, I believe that free speech does include burning flags. I just do. I mean, I don't know. We probably won't agree on that, and that's okay. I don't think you're going to hate me for it. And if you do, I think that's part of the problem I'm trying to
Unfortunate.
discuss. Yeah, um, I would support your ability to do so. Just so you know, just being clear, um, I would support your ability to do that. I wouldn't like it. I would hate it, but I believe you should have that right. And I know it's a really tough spot, and I've gotten into these discussions before. Yeah, I usually end up being made to look like the jackass in the conversation in that, and I'm usually outnumbered in those conversations because I'll comment on some sort of post or something like that, and everybody hates me for it in the end, and they're like, "Oh, you're not American. Oh, this and that," and I'm like, "Look, man, I signed on the line. I was willing to do the thing that very few people are actually willing to do. Let's be real about it."
Mm-hmm.
And I hold it very true in my heart and my soul. But hey, Jeff, we're coming up on that hour mark.
Yay.
You mind if I step outside and flip the camera again?
Go
You're
right
good.
ahead, bud.
All right. We'll see you guys on the other side of this quick little commercial break. At Road Warrior Entrepreneurs, we do help drivers uh, do much better in their businesses. And you know what? Every now and again, we can talk about what a driver's or business road warrior entrepreneur what their rights are. And I think it's good to have discussions openly, and we can do that over there at the Road Warrior Entrepreneurs community. Go to www.rwdrive.com and you can check that out. And I forgot to click on this button, and here we go.
You're either running your business like an owner or like an employee. And if you're stuck in that employee mindset, you're leaving money on the table. Company drivers wait for direction. Business owners create opportunities. Company drivers chase miles and just drive. Business owners chase profits and know their numbers. Want to run a real business? Start tracking your numbers. Know your cost per mile and start saying no to bad loads. Drop "I run a business" in the comments if you're done thinking like an employee. If you want to take this mindset shift further, join the Road Warrior Entrepreneurs community at www.rwedrive.com, where we have profit boosting strategies, coaching calls, and real road warriors winning together.
And I think we're back. Am I
Yep.
in the frame, Jeff?
You're in the frame.
All right. I'm going to run to my truck and grab a cigar, and I'll be right back. I can hear you, though. Keep going.
Oh boy, he's running. Don't hurt yourself, Charlie.
Oh.
You guys hear him going robots because he's too far away from his computer. Yeah, that's the one thing I do miss about Oregon, though. If you see that view, that's the view in all of Western Oregon right there. Nice and green. Those of you that don't like rain, probably not the best place, but because it does rain quite a bit. And one thing I liked about it, I live in the desert now, Charlie.
Right. Yep.
And so doing the old garden's a little bit different than in Oregon, where I just plant things and they grow.
Yeah, you could just like throw seeds around Oregon and have a full crop of stuff, I don't care what it is. Well, okay, some stuff, given the right time of year, of course. But yeah, look, man, I even struggle in Florida now because of the crazy heat stuff that happens there. And I'm like, and then it freezes and you're like, what the heck happened?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's crazy. But anyhow, you guys, I hope we're not turning y'all off on our political talk today, but I don't think it's a bad discussion, and I ain't mad at anybody that doesn't agree with me. You know,
Yeah, I just think, like we said last week when we got a little political, a lot of our issues in our society that we have right now, these in our industry especially, if they just enforce the law,
right.
that would be fantastic to me.
Yeah, just enforce the laws we've already got.
We don't need new laws. We don't need
Right.
executive orders.
Right.
I think one of the things I think is kind of crazy is that Trump felt like he had to issue an executive order telling people enforce the law.
Right.
And then it was so controversial
Right.
that he did this executive order saying, hey, why don't you guys, I don't know, enforce this law. It's a good law. It's a great law.
Yeah.
It'll save a lot of lives. It's a good law.
Yeah.
Or however it is that guy speaks. I can't even do him.
Yeah.
He's always so sensational in everything he does. It's kind of weird. But he felt like he had to issue an executive order to get people to enforce the doggone law.
Right.
And again, whether we're talking First Amendment, Second Amendment, Third Amendment, all the way up the line. If you have a problem with something that's going on, if they just enforce the law,
right,
then things would probably be pretty okay. Not perfect because we're human, but it'd be pretty okay, I think.
So I just saw a picture that came from Ida. So she's been redoing this room. It's her office / puppy bedroom area,
Mm-hmm.
and she's sent me a picture last week, I think it was, and she got a projector, so she's projecting on her wall. So she's got massive TV wall right now, right? And
Mm-hmm.
it is great. And that the projector she's got comes out really well. And I'm looking at it right now, and this is funny, and you won't be able to see it, but the picture is our show on her massive wall.
Oh, nice.
She can see, dude. I think our heads are like,
she can see my nose hairs.
Oh, probably. That's scary. I'm sorry.
Sorry about that, Ida.
I've got a jungle in there too, man. As I get older, I got hair sprouting in places we don't need to talk about necessarily. But
yeah, I'm about ready to get one of those shaver thingies with that you just stick in your ear, and
Yeah. I look, I have one of those devices. I'm just saying, I forget to use it way too often.
Yeah.
I have a attachment for the clippers I use for my head that brings my eyebrows back down to a normal shape. Otherwise, I end up with these like crazy eyebrows. Hey, dude, my eyebrows will curl over and touch my eyeball.
Wow.
It's not okay. It's very annoying. I don't care.
So if you were ever to go to the barber shop at the truck stop, you're that guy that they're like, no, really, can I do your eyebrows?
Yes, absolutely. That is one of the things I am pretty good about doing, though. Because they start curling. It's weird, and they start getting me. And now we've become a totally different show all of a sudden, Jeff. This is not okay.
Now we're going to talk about men's grooming.
Oh my gosh.
Manscaping.
Good Lord.
That's a term that makes me giggle every time I hear it.
What, man? It's just not right, but okay. Metrosexual? What?
Hey, I didn't shave for like a week. Shaved this morning when I took my shower.
That's hot. I don't shave my face very often. I mean, obviously I've been working on this for a while, but like here, I might shave once a week. That's about as frequent as I'll shave. I actually like to go a couple weeks, to be honest, and I get a little scruffy, and then I'm like, "Ooh, you look like a crazy person. You better shave that." And that's when I usually do it. I hate the act of shaving my face, and I don't even shave it. I take clippers to it on the lowest setting it has, and that's as close as I shave, man. So I annoy people sometimes.
No, you do you, man.
I get pokey. I could rub, it's like a cat's tongue sometimes.
Oh, apparently we're going to have sticker sheets soon.
Oh,
with
that's
photos
cool.
of you and me.
Oh God.
Oh boy.
I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Can you imagine where oh jeez.
Should make
I
him
can't,
scratch his sniff, and we'll do diesel smell.
oh my God. Yep, that would be great. That's not what I was
Remember when you were a kid? Did you collect scratch and sniffs when you were a kid?
I did.
I had gas. I had skunk. I had, foot.
Yep,
All
yep,
all the
yep.
all those gross smells that the boys wanted.
Right. Yeah. We're weird. There's something wrong with us genetically, I think.
Collected
Uh
garbage pail kids.
right. Yes. Oh man, that is way back, dude.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
Donna says TMI, Charlie.
Okay. I apologize.
It says they will show up at the fuel pumps everywhere.
Right. I see. I was thinking they'd be
We'll be
like
we'll
stuck
be
to
fueling at
urinal
a
walls.
we'll be fueling up at a Lowe's and see our face there.
Right? Or on the inside of the bathroom stalls, you close the door to sit down and oh God, I'm looking at myself. That's
Oh
a
boy.
scary thought. Or worse, I see your face staring at me. I'm just saying it's just weird, I don't know. Okay. Whatever. I go along with whatever. I mean, I hate feet and my face is on a set of flip-flops. I think that's pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, those things are great. I really wish I had them because I would wear them right now. Because you know what, I'm not in the truck. I'm not operating commercially, and this would be a little more of a appropriate place to be. I'm just sitting on the porch, looking at the sky, which is kind of gray today. Huh.
Hey,
It's not a
Chris Hamilton
terribly
said
cold,
people will start asking for selfies and autographs. Hey, I'll get those all day long if it increases our reach, man.
right? Um,
Full Send
yeah.
Trucking says deer crossing signs will have them.
Oh, okay. That would be funny. That might be interesting to see. Oh Lord, I was gonna look for something in my phone. I can't remember what it was,
I don't
and
know.
now it's gone, man. I'm like, whatever. So I'm just gonna put my phone back. But yeah. So I think that going back to the political stuff, Jeff, I think
Mhm.
that people need to be adult enough to have uh public discourse without violence.
Yeah.
I look. I
If we could get
absolutely
back to that,
believe.
I'd be happy.
Yeah, I believe there's absolutely times in history where violence has been used and necessary.
Hmm.
And some people may definitely disagree with that sentiment, but I think that there are times in history where violence was the only option at that point. That's why we have the Second Amendment. Let's just be real
Hmm.
about that. Our Second Amendment is to uh, one, to protect yourself, but the main, to be honest, was to be able to. Why can I not think of the correct words here, Jeff?
I don't know.
Um, but to protect yourself from a tyrannical government.
Hmm.
You know, I can't quote the Second Amendment right now because normally I can actually pull it out pretty good. Um, but I'm on the spot and now I'm looking like a special guy. But anyhow, but I mean that's the basic gist of it, is to be able to fight back against that tyrannical government, which is how the U.S. was formed to start with. You know, uh, all of the taxation and the living under a king's rule, and gosh, we were
Hmm.
thousands of miles away, yet still subject to all that nonsense. And so I mean that was a good time, and the Civil War happened for a reason. um
Hmm.
all these different things, and but I don't think right now is that time, although if an EMP went off tomorrow it wouldn't hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it sucks because I'm in Oregon, and I'd have to figure out how to get back to Florida because that's where I want to be in that event. Just saying. Um, Man, what a trip that
I
would
don't
be,
know,
though, huh,
man.
Jeff?
I don't know, man. In Oregon, you might do pretty well.
Well, I could, except that all my kids and grandkids are over in Florida right now,
Yeah,
but they got their Uncle Pat there with them, so he could guide them pretty good, and I know he'd take care of them. But you know what I mean.
you got a ham
Um,
radio guy in your neighborhood?
no,
Hmm.
no, that would suck, right? I know. I've been thinking about doing that, actually getting the license and learning all that stuff, and then I don't have time.
So, friend of mine was going to do a podcast on amateur radio. I don't think he ever really did it,
Mm,
but I think they've changed some of the certifications. Like you don't have to learn Morse code anymore,
right.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's
I
mostly the repair and maintenance of the equipment now.
Right. And the legality of how and
Mm,
where and how, yeah, when broadcasting, that kind of stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's an
Which
interesting system.
if there was an EMP, then all that goes out the window anyway. But I mean, if you ever had to use your ham for what ham radios are really good for,
Right.
I don't think you'd be worried about the FCC.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. The FCC is probably no longer there. Let's be real. But I can actually see the people that are some type of way that I'm not going to say, that would
Mm.
be in that event. Hey, you're not allowed to say that on the. Yeah. Oh my God, man. Whatever.
Not allowed to say what.
Exactly. Whatever it is that they didn't think
You
you were
know,
allowed to say. Yeah. Oh
I
man.
mean,
Yeah. I
hey,
can just see it. It's
so
hilarious.
so just so you know, Charlie, and those of you that know, Homestead has been
Yeah.
filming in my hometown the last couple of weeks.
Right.
So look forward to more episodes of that coming up.
I can't wait. I love that story.
You know,
I hope that they stick to the story well.
if I didn't have to drive truck for a living, dude, I would have been all over being an extra on that.
I know, right? Because they were just asking people. They're like, "Yeah, we ain't paying you nothing, but you want to be in the movie or the show?"
Yep.
And I'd be like, "Yeah, man." I'd show up with my own gear and
Be
everything.
that
You know,
maybe that I could be that old guy that they wonder if he's gonna make it up the hill.
right, dude? They wouldn't even have to wardrobe me, dude. I've got it all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh man. I was talking to my landlord about some stuff today, and I'm like, yeah, I'm the guy that shows up at the door wearing a plate, carrying an AR in my hand at times during certain uh, specific events, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, people are like, oh, that's why I like you, and people are like, you're crazy. I'm like, whatever. But yeah, it is what it is. It's a thing. It's been a while since I've dropped that. I for some reason consciously went away with that, got away from that. I can't even talk. Whatever. I give up. Oh, what's it going on in
Yeah,
the chat,
Tim.
Jeff?
Yeah, Tim. It's the show that's on Angel Studios,
Mm.
and I really like it.
Hey,
They only
they're
had.
offering an
They only had.
investment piece now.
Yeah, I saw that. If I had money.
Right. If I only had a brain.
Yeah. Well, full
What was
send, you'd have to get to Florida first.
right?
He says if the EMP happens, you'll be standing back to back with Charlie.
Let's do it, man. I got a couple of really good people down there with me that I trust, and we're multi-talented. What's the words I'm looking for here? We've got multiple disciplines covered. I've got a medic, I've got an engineer, not like a mechanic, like a combat engineer. Yeah, that's the way we'll say it. you know, a
Mhm.
couple different disciplines throughout that are good people to have around. I need a commo guy. I got a pilot. I'm just saying. I have a military pilot at that.
Dippable pre-workout just did combat engineers on one of their commercials. It was pretty funny.
Nice.
At the end, they just got everything set up, and their commander comes down and says, "All right, we're moving out."
Yeah, that is typical across all branches and all job lines,
Uh,
you know?
yeah, I mean, like we had one time when I was in the artillery, Charlie. We had our battery all set up, dug in. We even had the combat engineers come in and dig us in,
Right?
and then it was like, "All right, we're moving."
That sounds so perfect. That goes along with the moving rock stories, right? You know, I need you to move
Mhm.
that pile of rocks to that spot there. And then I want you to break those rocks into half the size and then move that pile back where it was. You're like, wait, what?
Yep. Hey, my dad, he read some parenting book in the 1970s,
Mm,
and he had me move the wood pile. I found out later, much later in life, for no reason whatsoever, but I had to
yep.
move that wood pile 3 or 4 times a year.
Yep.
He
You
also
know,
had me he also had me take nails out of pallets because we burned them for heat.
right?
Now, the taking the nails out, that's not so bad because you got to do that because they'll explode in a stove. If in
Yeah.
case people don't know, they'll explode. So you got to take the nails out of the pallets before you burn them. But he had me straighten the nails and put them in a tin cup.
Oh, now that is diabolical and
And I
genius,
did not learn until years later that you don't reuse nails.
right? That is diabolical and genius all at the same time.
But
I
I
seriously,
I tell people that between growing up with my dad in the army,
right?
I haven't had a hard job since.
Right? For real. Like I can do anything and adapt to damn near anything, you know? Um my mom wasn't like that, but she had some moments where I was like, this seems questionable as to why I'm performing this action.
Mhm.
You know, it's much more colorful in my head at the time. Um, but
Oh,
yeah, go ahead.
by the way, did you know that pre-workout stuff is 1 gram of caffeine?
Wow,
So Joseph, my son,
good lord.
his buddy gave him some before they went out on a run,
Oh goodness.
and he ran faster than he's ever ran.
Yeah,
But the crash afterwards, he said, was just took him out.
I
Just
was gonna
totally
say, I
took
bet
him
that was
out.
horrific,
He said,
like a
"Yeah, I had
train wreck.
all sorts. He had all sorts of energy until he ran out, and then he
Yeah,
was just done."
and then he was at an absolute deficit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh gosh, yeah. That's it's funny because I've never that I can recall ever had a super high dose of caffeine other than, Mountain Dew, Red Bull, I don't know, whatever, those
Hmm.
types of things. Um, even like back in the day, caffeine pills were a thing, right?
Hmm.
And you're feeling tired, take a caffeine pill. Boop. No, it was never really that kind of effect for me most times.
Hmm.
Like when I drink the Bustelo coffee, I think that there might be a slight kick because I do get a little more animated sometimes with it.
Hmm.
But for me, I actually think because that with the keto thing, I put a ton of fat into my coffee. And I
Right.
think that's actually where I actually get my hyperness from is from the fat content most time. Because like
Hmm.
drinking this stuff, I stay pretty level and pretty mellow, and I can go to sleep most nights right after it. If I can go to sleep, my trouble sleeping has nothing to do with caffeine, although my doctors will argue with me. But I can
Hmm.
drink a great big cup of coffee on the right night and go right to sleep, no problem. Sleep through the night, which is a rare occasion. But I, I think there's a little ADHD in me because certain people's chemistry uh, reacts the exact opposite to those stimulants, right?
Right.
I don't know. When I was young, stimulants were my thing, right?
Mhm.
I liked being up and going fast. And
Zoom,
the
zoom.
yeah, the opposite was not true for me at all. And I'm probably sharing too much yet again. Go figure. I'm going to get in trouble somehow. Um, but most of the time, it just kept me like, I don't know, awake when
Mhm.
I should be awake. Like it didn't do
Right.
crazy things. You know, no, I was the opposite. I'm just like, oh man, whatever. It didn't. I don't know.
Hey, Charlie. Undertaker needs you to go dig a 6 by 8 foot hole over there, 6 feet deep,
Right?
and then fill it back in for the next 5 weekends.
That makes absolute sense right there. And yes, on the weekends that would be appropriate.
Yep.
And then yeah, and then make another hole right next to it. But don't touch the edge of that soil because that soil's already been loosened up, and that is not an adequate
That's right.
workout, you know. But let's
Mhm.
get the hard rock, you know. And then you
Remember,
could document where the rocks are in each pile and make sure that they go back into the same spot in reverse.
remember the first time you had to dig a full fighting position?
Yes, sucked.
Yes, it did.
And I swear they know where the worst ground is for to do that.
Oh, big old rocks.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Good Lord, that was fun though. I'm not gonna lie, it sucked at the time, but you think back on it, Jeff, right now, and
Hmm.
does it do you like it does me? It makes me smile and feel good inside. I don't know why.
Because you
It's like
did
a
it.
warm, funny thing. Yeah, it's just like whatever.
Yeah.
I dug that kind of stuff. The
Uh,
military was a funny thing for me. Oh, I see what I did there. I didn't even know I did it. The military was a good thing for me. And that's what I miss to this day was the regimented know what you're going to do every day type of thing. You're going to do one of three things. You're going to train, you're going to do some wacky job that you can't understand why you're doing it, or you're going to
mhm.
go to war, or you'll be in the field or whatever, and I had the added bonus of working law enforcement on the road. That was part of our, cycle. And oh man, yeah, I miss that. And when you're in a group of people that are all pissed off about doing the same thing and loving it at the same time, man, there's something to that.
Mhm.
Because we got to blow stuff up too, and shoot guns and get dirty and stink and just man, that's good times, man. I miss it so bad, it's crazy.
You ever had one of those C4 energy drinks?
No,
So they have a series of them that taste like Jolly Rancher,
really,
and they actually taste legitimately like a Jolly Rancher, and they have no sugar in them at all.
wow.
So I'm pretty sure that my liver's probably going to get cancer because I've been drinking those.
That's fair. We're all gonna get it one way or another if we live long enough. I'm just saying it's a thing.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm gonna walk back inside and get back on my other chair there. Bear with me while I make the transition. So Jeff, hold us down.
There goes Charlie going all robot again. But yeah, if you guys have anything else for us, put it up there, man.
Yeah,
This is the
definitely
first
comment and
actual
stuff.
this is the first actual political show we've done, but I felt like it was a good one to do with everything that's going on in the industry right now with the visas and that guy in Florida. It just seems to be the big story right now.
Right.
And I think we can't just not say anything on
Yeah.
this one.
Man, 45 comments since I walked away. Look at that. That's crazy.
Hmm.
Field latrine duty. Absolutely. Oh my gosh.
Hey, did you see that there's a class action if you ever had to burn poop?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I never had to do that. Luckily. I'm just saying I was notorious for digging holes when I needed them. In
Mhm.
Haiti, that was not cool, man. We had engineers, luckily, since that was a real deployment. We didn't have to dig the pits for that. But we literally had a 4x8 sheet of plywood was the top of our toilet seats.
Mhm.
and there was 5 holes in the top of that 4x8 sheet. So when you got over your hole to handle your business, and there was someone on the hole next to you, you were touching cheek to cheek, and that was very weird.
That would be weird.
I couldn't do it, and there's no separators.
Huh.
And then we got these really fancy high-speed latrine trailer facility thing that went in there, and it was like it was pretty fancy for the day. And you went in there and you closed the door, and it was very narrow, so you couldn't be a real big guy because you'd be touching the walls. But at least you're not touching your buddy. I'm just saying, right? And you would handle your business on a normal commode-looking thing, only it went into a bag, and then you push the button, and the bag would advance and twist. And it was just a long, continuous
Really?
bag. And I'm thinking, man, the guy that's got to come get that massive, long bag system out can't be a happy guy.
Was it a trooper that did that, or was it a contractor?
I have no idea who did it. I was never there whenever it did. I don't even know that if it ever got emptied while I was there, to be honest. I was just, whatever. I didn't want to know anything about it. I don't want to know what goes into the sausage at that point. You dig? Not my job, man. I'm going to go do other things and try not to get shot in the face, whatever.
Yeah, I think Donna once asked me, because I love boudin. She asked me, well, what's in boudin? And I actually told her, I said, I have no idea. Don't want to know. It just tastes good.
Right. What did I miss? Kentucky was busy today with pulling a lot of truckers over. Oh. I this is not going to be a popular stance, but when I actually have to interact with a trooper or a DOT person, I actually thank them for their time in doing the job that they're doing. And it's not because I'm trying to kiss their butt. I actually am glad that they're out there enforcing these things.
Yeah.
Even when it's my turn to get dinged on, some little violation, right? Yeah, it's just, I think it's important, and I know it's annoying to a lot of us at sometimes, but if they weren't doing that job, can you imagine what it would look like out there?
Much worse than it is.
Man, and so back in the day, like the 60s and 70s, let's be real, a lot of our industry, the business side of it seemed to be very overregulated, right? But these guys running the roads, man, they were the outlaws, and but yet at the same time called white knights, because we took care of people on the road, and the majority of people were very respectful of what they were doing out there, and understood that I'm moving super heavy stuff and could smash people like a roach under someone's shoe, right?
Right.
And for the most part, really kind of looked after each other, and while yes, pushing boundaries, knew their limits most of the time. Worked within those limits, and now you're just not allowed to even. Too many people have screwed it up. I don't know.
Yeah.
Looking at comments. Sorry. I always say God bless to a trooper or border patrol agent when I've got to interact with them. Yeah, I'm glad they're doing that job, man. I can tell you that a lot of truckers would be upset with me if I ever got a job at a scale house, because I am, yeah, you know what I mean? It's just a thing. I'm like, I drive down the road every day, and I'm sure you guys too. You guys do also. Looking at these trucks, and you're like, how is that thing still even holding together? How are they not being inspected? And I'll see a state trooper driving next to a big truck, and he's got a blown tire, a missing mud flap, parts hanging off his sleeper, and the trooper doesn't even bat an eye and keeps on going. I'm like, that bothers me, man. That bothers me. I don't know. Just remember, always carry a white bed sheet to use as a dead body cover. Mm, I hope. Yeah. Uh, Trucker Tim said, "I'm the same way, Charlie. I wait. I'd be like Dirty Harry. Shoot first, ask questions later." I look. I would definitely be getting people on those things that we should be paying more attention to. Uh, Full Sam Sean said, saw yesterday missing a headlight and half a fender. Just yeah, like how exactly?
People don't have insurance, I guess.
Yeah, oh, gosh, yeah, Fran Mariah, he got something else to do. He'll get him next time. Yeah, right. And it'll be the guy that's actually not doing anything horrible. Let's be real. It's DOT rule. We have to have a clean bed sheet. I have never seen that. I believe that's an old thing that's not true. Show it to me in the manual right now in the FM CSRs, and I'll believe you. Uh, that was something that was back in the day for sure. My truck looks pretty ragged right now. Mine's just a little dirty. It's only got 4,000
Yeah,
miles on it, so
yeah. My custom Western star's needing a bath. Pretty
Oh,
soon.
there he got it in. Oh, I thought we were dude. We were like, I'm like 27 minutes. We got this. Nope, nope. Clearly, we don't. We don't got nothing. Excuse me. Good job. Don't talk to me about no insurance. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right.
Mhm.
Um. Yeah, man. Oh, Jeff, you were telling me something about we lost someone in our contractor world on an insurance thing. What happened with that?
Oh, the guy that was trying to be sketchy with his logs and got caught.
Right, 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 right. That's what it was. Yeah,
Yeah, it was his third log violation, and Swift fired him.
you know, they didn't fire him. They terminated his contract. Let's use the right words there.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
For cause,
For
right?
cause. I mean, a guy like that, he was paying for a job anyway.
Right, right.
But what he did was, and this is something that is kind of important to go over, I think. He was at a customer. They ran him out of time, and he asked them, "Can I park on property to finish out my break?" And they said yes. So he pulls his truck forward maybe 100 yards, during which time it kicks him into drive. Now, two things. If you're on PC or on yard move, two things that I don't have, by the way.
Right.
Just saying. Then it's not going to do that.
Right.
So what I told the individual I was talking to, I said, I can't defend the termination because I know exactly what he was doing. He was trying to do that to keep under 5 miles an hour thing.
Yep.
So he didn't mess up his 10 hours. Instead of going into PC to move the truck, which is completely legal.
Or yard
that's what
move
you're
if
supposed to do.
appropriate.
Right. In this case, I would say yard move and then either split if you had been there long enough to split, or just do a full 10 right there.
Yeah.
Yard move because he's got to do his empty call and all that stuff, and that's work.
Right. Right.
So if we're going to stick to the regulation, he needed to be on duty while he did his paperwork.
Yeah.
And then he could have yard moved to that spot they gave him to take his break in, shut down for 10 hours, and then left. That would have saved him from having a termination.
Look, you just got called out.
Yeah, I made it 5 days this time, Chris.
6.
6, whatever. 6 days. It's one of my motivations for getting out of the truck, Chris, is my nicotine addiction.
Right.
I got to tell you, it's just so much harder in the truck to not want to grab a dip. I don't know what it is. It is what it is, though.
Yep. So, friend Mariah, be glad you don't have yard move. That thing will stay in yard move if you don't watch it. But that's the thing; you're supposed to watch it.
Yeah,
It's
you're
one
supposed
of
to watch
the
it.
manually engaged, disengaged, extracurricular exceptions. That's the word, exceptions. That you have, and you are supposed to be legally bound to initiate it and end it manually. I mean, that's what the DOT regulations state. Um,
I know on a
excuse me.
Swift truck, though, it's supposed to kick you back into drive at 15 miles an hour, I think it is.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, and but it doesn't always work. And
But like on mine, I use a Samsara app on my phone for my ELD. And I have to watch that thing because sometimes it doesn't sync quite right with the truck.
right,
And so I'll catch it 5 miles down the road. It still hasn't gone into drive. And I'm kind of peeing myself if I get to that point, by the way, Charlie.
right,
Like,
yeah.
crap, Now I got to change it manually.
And keep in
Interesting
mind
thing,
with
though,
the yard move thing. Go ahead. Sorry, I'll come back.
The interesting thing about it, though, is, we always say the truck remembers, right? The truck knows what happened. It'll go back and edit that drive time. It will catch up.
Yep.
But it could take all day. Michael Fowler says 20 miles an hour on a Swift log. So
right. And Mariah said, welcome, or welcome. Well, Log said that, let me put it over here, that the driver was complaining about it kicking them off too fast. So they said it so that you have to make sure it's off. And that's the way it's supposed to work, though, honestly. I mean, if you look at what the regs say on it, the exception rules were supposed to be, like PC and that, were supposed to be manually started and stopped, because they are exceptions. And the yard move thing, I was going to go back to that. You got to be real careful with yard move because it has to be a secured location as well. Right? It can't be one of those places where you're it's open.
Can't do it at a truck stop.
Yeah, right. You can't do it where anyone can access the area. It's got to be a secure facility, like the Target DCs. Most of the Swift terminals, things of that nature, where you have to go through some sort of security checkpoint and monitored and the whole 9 yards. So be careful with that. The individual you're talking about would have probably, without knowing if it was a secured yard, PC would have been absolutely legitimate in that case. Out of hours, needed to move the truck just far enough to get to a safe place to park. Go on duty, log what you got to log.
Even though it's only 100 yards away.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, log on duty to do the appropriate post-trip end of shift paperwork stuff, right? I don't know, man.
Well, if they ran him out of hours, I bet he could have split too.
Yeah, right. And yeah, exactly. Drivers using yard move at a truck stop, I mean, when you get caught, you can't get mad.
Right.
I mean, we are the professionals, guys. We are held to a higher standard than the general motoring public, and I think we should be, even with only 3 weeks of training. And you know what I'm saying? I think we have the responsibility to be better, and for us to all do better. Probably not a popular sentiment amongst some, and whatever, man. And let's fight about it if that's what you want to do. I just think that,
I wish you would stop using those words.
I know. It's just fun to say, though, sometimes, because some people just are like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll fight you over it. Whatever. I'll fight you. I just think it's funny.
No, Ida, it was actually his third violation.
Right.
So again, I can have empathy for the man, but I don't have a lot of sympathy.
Right.
There's a difference.
Right.
I'm sorry he lost his contract. I
Yeah,
really
that
am.
sucks.
That sucks. But by the time you have 3 violations, I mean, come on.
Yeah. Especially if it's repetitive, the same one. Because
Right.
we've seen that a lot.
Yep.
You know, there is a thing in my carrier's system where they build a history of unsafe behavior, and I have my issues with the way that they word it and the way that they implement it. But you know, it's a weird thing. Uh,
But it is
I
a
know,
thing.
Fran, it's funny. It is a thing. It is absolutely a thing. But I am less likely to support them when I find out that it's the same violation over and over and over,
Right.
like misuse of personal conveyance. That one really bothers me. And the ones that
Mhm.
are misusing it and getting busted over it multiple times are blatantly misusing it, you know? Um, Good Lord, it's crazy.
Mm.
Had lots of violations at Landstar, no accidents, so they never say anything.
That's up to
Uh,
them.
yeah, and whatever. Um, I know, Ida. Please, she said, please don't get me started on PC because look, yeah,
Well, you had that one dude that was PCing all the way back to the DC from his last store.
yeah, good Lord,
How does your
and was
brain have to
surprised.
work
Yeah,
to think that that's okay?
and he was surprised when he got busted. Good Lord, whatever, man.
Remember when the PC rules first came out, Charlie? I was doing Opelika at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And you and I were on the phone. And I'm like, I can't make it back. Should I do PC or shouldn't I do PC? And this was before any of the rules were solidified. And Charlie was just like, you were like, I don't know, man. It seems sketchy. I wouldn't do it.
Right.
And we turned out being right
Yep.
in that decision.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It got a smart.
That's how that guy really got tagged on that thing.
Oh.
He did that super long PC from the last store back to the DC, and then had a smart drive event in the middle of it. So yeah, I mean, look. Oh, and this was someone that I know for a fact. I told, you should get your own insurance and not have a Swift camera because you're not bright. I didn't say it quite that way, but you get my drift. And it wasn't that I was trying to advocate for bad things, but let's be real.
Oh, he logged out altogether?
Right? Yeah. That's right.
That's even worse.
There was actually someone else that did the PC from the last store thing, and that was phenomenal. Yeah.
I remember back in the
they get
Qualcomm
fixed.
days when they first had the ELD on the Qualcomm.
Uh-huh.
I had this kind of older gentleman that was a mentor that was trying to tell me which fuse to pull so that it wouldn't log anything.
Right.
And I'm like, you know what? I don't even want to know that.
Exactly. I don't need that knowledge in my head because there might be a time I think about it. But
they're cracking down on PC, friend.
Yeah, many states are cracking down on how people are using that because they absolutely are not using it correctly.
Yep.
EOBR, yeah. Excuse me. That's the electronic onboard recording. I was going to go somewhere and I just lost it in my brain again. Dang it. Had too much going on in my brain, Jeff.
Yeah.
You guys should hear the conversation Jeff and I had earlier, man. I was having one of those deep conversations, just dumping it all out on Jeff. Man, it's good to have someone like that in your life that can actually take it and be like, you ain't wrong, bro. And then at times when you need it, suck it up, bro. Man up. Jeff is that dude. It's great.
Yeah.
In the Volvo, it was number 11 in the company truck.
The fuse.
Gotcha. I was like, what?
Ida, I don't know how I should feel about you knowing that.
Right? Right? Well, back in the day, look, I still think that the days on when not having a logbook with the $50 fine was better than getting a log violation. But whatever, we can't handle it. That the volume of people out there nowadays is way too big for that.
Yeah.
You needed fuse tweezers, right? How many? It's a thing, has Charlie said tonight. I don't know, but you know what? It is definitely a thing. There you go. Add that to your tally. Go back and you know what? I'll need you to go back and make notes for us, please. I would like a full
Yeah.
report on exactly what timestamp all of the. It's a thing, including that one. So just saying. I see many new Swift Volvo company drivers. Most of them, yeah.
Yeah. I would love to get one.
Yeah, they only put out a few Volvos into the contractor side of things, and some of them were actually just company trucks that they said, okay, here, if you want it that bad, we'll hook you up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all a thing in the past now with the geotab and that actually reading the ECM itself. Because like the old Qualcomm thing, in fact, if I remember correctly, it wasn't actually tied into the ECM. It was purely satellite tracking driven.
Yeah, it was tied into the sensor track.
So it saw you moving, and if it didn't see you moving, well, good on you. Whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you could kind of fake the funk a little bit there. Whatever, whatever. That's I'm not even gonna get into that story. New one sitting in Greer. Oh, there's 8 new ones sitting in Greer. 3ROO. Yeah, there you go. Jeff, make the move.
Yeah, there you go.
There's one with your name on it, I think. Who knows? That's the thing. You see him sitting in a terminal, and you're like, oh, there's one available. Come to find out that there's 4 people waiting for that very one, and they're gonna fight over it in the parking lot because Michelle's like, I don't know who to pick.
If I said I wanted one, let's be real.
Okay. I can tell you the guy wearing flip-flops ain't winning the fight. How's that? Yet another reason not to wear flip-flops. Not appropriate attire. Just saying, whatever.
Yeah, 5-gallon bucket and tinfoil, that would with the Qualcomm, Charlie, you could gum up the satellite reception.
Mm-hmm. I like that. She was told.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure she never tried that back in the day in her younger rebellious days, because you've talked to Ida, Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
Different world, that one back in the day. I'm just saying. I'm sure she was not rebellious at all. No, that's not what I'm saying. Okay. 10 minutes, y'all. 10 minutes. If there's anything you want us to touch on real quick before we wrap this thing up, by all means, let us know. If you're catching this on the replay, by all means, feel free to drop questions down there in the bottom of the comments, and we do our best to get back to you. I know Donna actually is really good at keeping up on that, and usually I actually see her response, and I'm like, oh yeah, I better say something, because I'm not smart sometimes and I forget, and I get wrapped up in life, whatever.
Oh, Donna checked out for a bit.
Yeah, the 18-year-old called.
The 18 years old going on about 10, as far as I can tell.
Has she made the transition down yet?
Yeah, she's in college now.
All right.
She should have started classes this week. She got herself a job doing. Yeah. Well, the schools in Utah don't really do dorms.
Right.
They do apartment complexes. It's a weird thing. But she took down she bought herself a crock pot and stuff.
Nice.
And she found out not only can she not use it in her apartment, but if she wants to use it at all, she has to babysit it the whole time.
Nice.
I guess they have a community kitchen set up.
Huh.
So
Interesting. You know, got to learn how to live with others. Hey, that's part of education, if you ask me.
Michael
Others
Fowler
that
said he had a driver tracking in Hawaii when he was actually in Texas.
right, the good old days. Uh, I want to get paid the mileage on that trip right there. Is what I'm saying. Uh,
Yeah.
Jeff, I'll go put up a sign on one with your name on it. A step down from your custom Western Star, right?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah, there's that.
The way you said that was so sad. Yeah, there's that. That's great. Oh man.
Well,
Let's see.
it's like I told the fleet owner. I said, it's just a truck, really,
Right,
but it is kind of nice to have wood cabinetry and a little more luxury, on the interior.
right,
It's nice. It makes you feel a little more human than the stale gray plastic that's in all these trucks.
right. Dang it! I missed the Starship's launch. It happened
Oh,
during
did
our
they
show,
launch it?
Jeff. Yeah, they finally got it up there. They did two today. They
Did
had
did
a
it blow
satellite.
up? Did it blow up?
It's 22 minutes into the flight.
Oh, okay. So it didn't blow up. Good.
They're launching something,
Hey, Elon gets a lot of flack for all those rockets blowing up.
right?
But have you ever seen him talk about it and how
Yeah,
excited he is every time something happens? I mean, it's like Thomas Edison always said. It took him so many tries to perfect the incandescent light bulb.
right.
And someone asked him about it once. He said, "No, I didn't fail 99 times. I figured out 99 ways not to do it."
Exactly.
And that's the way engineers think. That's it's man. He spends a lot of money on those rockets, but he
I don't know
has
what it is they're launching
figured
out of
out
this thing right now.
probably satellites for the internet thing.
Right? It's weird.
Hmm.
No, but it's like flat panels shooting out the side of this thing. It's. I'm gonna put up. God, Elon, don't sue me, bro. But this is
Just
live
come
right
on,
now.
just come on the show so we can talk engineering and trucks.
Yeah,
How's
like
that?
for real. That would be fun, man. Elon Musk, brother. Look, I love your stuff, man. Get on here. Let's talk. I know a lot of people don't like him, and I'm like, whatever. I think he's fascinating. Uh, I don't
Well,
know what's happening here, though.
here's what's weird about Elon. He is his own person.
Right,
He doesn't give two whatevers about anything other than what he's actively involved in.
right,
And so remember when the left loved him because he was going to save the planet with his electric cars.
right.
Then he went to work for Trump.
Yeah,
And so the left hated him. And then he had a falling out with Trump. So now the right hates him.
right.
I just, it's weird, right?
See that plate there? I don't know what the heck's going on. They're deploying something, and they're like flat plates. It's weird. Out of that slot.
Huh.
Yeah. Oh, come on, video. That's their telemetry having issues. Oh
Yeah.
man.
Well,
Oh,
they're
all the
having fun
happy
with
people.
SpaceX.
So I don't know if anything happened to the super heavy booster or not, but the spacecraft itself is actually up there doing stuff. So that's cool.
Nice.
I don't know how the heavy booster did. I don't know because it was supposed to go back and land at Vandenberg. That's where they were launching this one from. Was Van? In fact, both were from Vandenberg today. So that's two launches today from Vandenberg.
Hmm.
Did I send you that picture I got the other day of the Starlink satellites?
Mm-mm.
The Starlink train. Oh, dude, this thing's cool. Wait. I got time. Maybe I can pull it up. I've never seen a Starlink train before. I've seen multiple Starlink satellites in the sky. It looked like looking from the ground up. Space yay far away, right?
Hmm.
It was 24 satellites that looked like a meteorite moving real slow
Hmm.
because they were in a line trained together. This is going to be a lousy picture because I was trying to take it while walking. Uh, I don't know if this will come out or not. Let's see. Oh, here, let me take this off. Let me do this. See that streak right there?
Yeah.
That's actually 22 satellites that had just been launched that day. And I've never seen that before, and I thought that was awesome. Jeff's dying over there. But yeah, 26,325 kilometers an hour, 189 kilometers in altitude right now. It's 26 minutes into their mission. I can't wait to find out what happened with the launch. I was actually going to pull the launch up during the show, and then we started talking cool stuff. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should probably take that off the screen now, though, before I get in trouble. Um, you know, I don't know that they would slam us for it. I think
Is
any
it on
publicity is
YouTube?
good. Yeah, no. I'm actually on the SpaceX.com website.
Oh,
Maybe I should mention that. I'm on the SpaceX.com website looking at their live video feed. So there you go. Most successful people don't care what others think. That's why they succeed. And in life, you have to care, but that much? Yeah. Juice called Chris about his accident. And so Chris took the opportunity to ask him about getting Western stars in, and he just got a very loud laugh over the phone. So that was fantastic. Yeah, be a great sponsorship, Mr. Elon Musk. I would just love to be able to talk to that guy because I think he's fascinating. And I love
yeah.
the way he looks at things, and his brain definitely works differently than most people. Let's just be real. Yeah, I dig it. Yeah, I got you, Fran. My bad. 2 minutes, y'all, is what Michael Fowler's telling us. So there you go. Last minutes to get your stuff in.
He's wanting to get rid of us, I think.
Right? No, Michael. Well, you know what, Michael? Just about every week when Michael's on the weeks where he is on, is like, yeah, hey, we get the warnings. Yeah, that's a fascinating ship that they built, though, man.
Hmm.
I'm glad it didn't explode on the first stage.
Yeah.
That seems like a tremendous, good Lord, waste. But again, the way that they take failure is not failure; it's learning. Um, 1 minute until Charlie finds sugar. Right? No, I'm looking forward to dinner, though. I can tell you that. I skipped lunch today in lieu of taking a nap. I thought, oh, let me take a nap instead. That sounds more important because I needed it. I was a little cranky.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. We're going to call this thing a wrap. Jeff, do your thing.
Keep that rubber side down, and remember, with no action, there is no traction, folks.
That's right. And you know what I'm going to say? That's funny. Contractors Corner sponsored by Tesla Trucks. Charley can test from Lake City and Atlanta. I'll do that. That'd be a good run to do it on. I'd do it. I'm just saying. Anyhow, look after each other, guys. There's no guys and gals. You guys know what I mean. There's no one out here looking after us but us. Take care of each other. You see someone struggling, give them a hand. Don't take out your camera and film them unless they're jerk faces to you when you offer to help. And then by all means, take pictures and watch the train wreck happen. But
Yep.
before that, do the right thing. Look out for each other. Help out. Be a good person. You guys will see you next Tuesday at 6 p.m. I'll still be in Oregon, I believe, because I'm not leaving here until Tuesday
Till at least
night.
the third.
Yeah, Tuesday night I'll be probably heading out after the show to go park over in Troutdale to get up in that area, and in order to meet my PTA Wednesday. So there you go, guys. again, thank you for tuning in. It does mean a tremendous deal to us, and we thank you for your time and look forward to seeing you guys next week. You guys be safe, and yeah, like Tim said, stay safe and God bless y'all. There you go. We'll see you on the out.